up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you decided to kick it with your homegirl today. For those of you who may not know me, I go by Key. Well, my name is Kiara, but I go by Sincerely Key on social media. If you don't follow me on any of my social media, I'll be sure to link those at the bottom of this video. Where you can follow me on my Instagram, which I am heavily on. But we can kind of chat because I love to talk to you guys. Before we even start this video, make sure you got your snacks. Make sure you know, somewhere comfortable. Make sure you're able to kind of tap in. And also, if you could just do me a small favor, nothing major, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like this video, make sure you share it, and leave a comment. That's one of my favorite things, is to see the comments that you guys leave. I love interacting with y'all and getting your feedback and just having that one-on-one kind of connection with you guys. But today is a beautiful day. It is Sunday. It is, I want to say it's about 70 degrees outside. It is beautiful. I went to church this morning. I went to church with my mom. Yes, me and Big Red went to church this morning. And it was really, really nice. And now I'm kind of chilling before I have to go to the next thing. But I did want to make sure that I got this video out. I kind of been missing in action for the last, I want to say, week or two. Life has been kind of busy these last couple of weeks. So life has been lifing. And I'm just trying to make sure that I don't get lost in the mix, because I know that sometimes I will do that. And I want to make sure that I'm really on top of connecting and being very consistent with these videos. One of the things that I have been just kind of dealing with is just like how busy my schedule has gotten, and also juggling my mental health. I'm in a new territory right now where I'm trying to have this healthy balance of being active on social media, making sure I'm posting these videos, making sure I'm doing the new things that I've added to my day-to-day routine of my life, and also making sure I'm tapping in with my mental health. Cause baby, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes it can get really tricky. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about today in this video, about how sometimes it can feel really overwhelming. Life can be really overwhelming. You can have so many different things going on, and sometimes you can lose track of yourself. And I think that one of the issues that I was having is that I would lose track of myself, and I would get in these very sad girl states. I would get really depressed, not being really able to connect the dots on how to get back into routine, or have these depressed states and then be able to kind of bounce back. And in my mind, I felt like something was wrong with me because I couldn't bounce back. I started dealing with, my mental health. I started being aware of my mental health sometime last year. I want to say the beginning of last year. And I was doing therapy on and off again. I wasn't really heavy in it like I should have been, but I was being aware of that. Around October, I started dealing with seasonal depression. And for the last 3 years, I have dealt with it. But last year was the first year that I actually was aware, like truly aware of, this is what is going on. This is what you're dealing with in this season. And it was really difficult. And it was weird because I'm having this difficult moment, and I'm not aware that I'm having it until I'm too far in. I don't know how many other people deal with that. Like, depression is really crazy for me, because I will think that I'm okay until I realize, like, I'm sitting knee deep in it, and I'm just looking around, and it dawns on me I'm not okay. And for me, the dawning came when I realized that I'm waking up in the morning, but I'm still super, super tired. I don't want to do anything. I've started to isolate from, people and places that really mean a lot to me. Even down to my hygiene, I would just not want to take a shower. I would just lay there. I just want to be in the bed. I don't want to do too many things. I just don't mentally, physically, and emotionally, I just felt like I didn't have the energy. So I'm having these moments, but I'm not realizing I'm having these moments until one day I wake up and I'm realizing that this is not healthy. I'm not eating. Some days I'm not eating, and then other days I'm overeating. My sleep pattern. What sleep pattern? What sleep routine? I didn't have one. I would go to bed, try to go to bed early, and then it never fails. 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. I'm having intrusive thoughts. My mind is racing. I'm struggling to go to sleep and stay sleep. I will wake up. I will go to bed at 9, and then I will wake up at 12, and I'll be up until about 4. Mind you, I gotta be to work at 5, or I have to be to work at 6. So it just was such a taxing experience for me. And there was a part of me that didn't want to tell anybody, that didn't want to voice this to people, because one, I didn't want to have a pity party about what I'm going through with other people. Two, I really felt like me expressing what I'm dealing with felt like me trauma dumping, just dumping my traumas or my issues on people who, I'm very well aware that everybody has their own struggles and their own battles and their own dealings in life. And it's no one's responsibility to have to take that on. So I kept a lot of things, to myself. And then I think I want to say towards the end of December, I decided like enough was enough. I just did not want to do this anymore. I did not want to feel like this. And mind you, even though this was the first time I'm truly acknowledging what this is, I have been experiencing these feelings, this little situation for years. I would, even with how I manage my social media, I would be on social media consistently, and then boom, I would stop for months. I would be up there, then I would stop, then I would touch. It was very touch and go, and I just felt like I no longer wanted to operate in that energy, and it was becoming very uncomfortable. But what was even more uncomfortable was that I was struggling to be able to communicate that with other people. I was embarrassed, hella embarrassed. I was really in my sad girls season, okay? And so the end of December, I said enough is enough. I don't want to operate in this energy anymore. And if I come to feel like this, I want to have a healthy way of being able to navigate through it. So January, I decided I'm going to leave social media for 3 months, and I want to focus on getting my shit together. And that's what I did. I left social media. I decided to be consistent with figuring out what Kiara needs are, what Kiara's wants are, what are her highs, what are her lows, what are the brightest parts of her, and where is she at with her shadow self, and I really had to get clear on that and get serious about that. So I want to say July of this year, I started back therapy. And I started back going consistently. And the way that I want to say, with me pouring into myself from January into June, by the time July came around, I was able to be open and honest about what I was experiencing, what I was feeling, about what my highs and lows were to my therapist. And she was very helpful in helping me navigate how to combat those intrusive thoughts, how to be able to, break this down and allow myself to feel these without living in these feelings. I became really heavy in my journaling, became very, very, very heavy in my spirituality. I got real. Me and God got like this, okay? My relationship with God is wild, because when I was younger, I remember my grandmother and my grandfather pushing me, having to go to church every Sunday, Bible study, after all these different things. And it was just like, I got older and I was so against it. Now that I'm older and I'm able to establish my own relationship with God, it's such a beautiful relationship that I truly honor, because I'm feeling really connected, and there's this sense of peace in the conversations that I have with myself and with the Most High, And so I got serious about the things that I needed, okay? And one of the things that I had to become okay with is that, Kiara, you're not okay. You are having these moments, and you're allowed to have these moments. You're allowed to experience these, and there's no need to be ashamed of not being okay. There's no need to be embarrassed of the fact that you need a little bit of grace this month. You know, you need a little bit of grace from yourself, and you need a little bit of grace from other people. And in the beginning, was struggling with this transition, you know, struggling with the idea that I can tell people that I'm not okay. And I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just looking for some extended grace. I need you to just be a little bit understanding to what I have going on. I don't need a pity party. I just need, you know, just some light poured into me. I think that for me, it was so difficult because I always wanted to be the one pouring my light into other people. But what I failed to realize is the light that I'm pouring, yes, I'm pouring this light, but I'm pouring it from an exhaust. I'm exhausted because I don't have this to give, but I feel the need to give this to you because this is a feeling that I wish somebody would give to me. This is a feeling that, you know, I wish I had experienced when I was younger, so I don't want anybody else to feel that way. But the idea of allowing people to come in and allow me to experience said grace was just foreign to me. And I really I'm now surrendering to the idea that I'm allowing myself to experience my feelings, but not live in them. Because yes, I am in a beautiful state of mind right now. I'm going to therapy. I'm working out 4 to 5 days out of the week now. I'm being mindful and intentional with the things that I'm putting into my body, the things that I'm eating, going to church, and really allowing my cup to be poured into, to leave every Sunday feeling rejuvenated and re-energized and replenished. I'm now, you know, having these inner conversations that feel softer, because sometimes we can be our own worst enemies. And a lot of times I was my biggest hater. I was my biggest enemy. The way that I would talk to myself in the middle of the night, it was so horrible. And now I'm talking to myself softer. I'm pouring into myself. And now that I'm pouring into myself, my cup is filling up. And that's the things that I really value and I'm really happy about, because I still love to pour into people, but I want to pour into people from my overflow. I want my cup to be so full that it continues to flow out and I can continuously give to you from an infinite place, from an infinite source, because I am going to pour into myself before anything else. So, you know, this is work. This is a lot of work, and it's not easy. And every day is a new challenge. And healing is not linear. You know what I mean? So just because I've overcome this hurdle doesn't mean I'm going to be able to just smoothly transition into the next one. But it's safe to say that I have the tools when it comes time for me to transition into these new hurdles and these new obstacles. Healing is a forever thing, because you got to remember you are healing traumas from generations ago. You are breaking generational curses. And we're talking about lifelines. We're talking about lineages of trauma, of built up aggressions, and just we can really go there about that, okay? But you have to remember to give yourself grace in that battle, and you have to remember to put one foot in front of the other in being able to tackle it. It does not get easy. I don't want to say it doesn't get easier, because I feel like the more you surrender and the more you lean into getting the help and allowing yourself to come undone so that you can heal correctly, it does get easier. It gets easier in how you handle things. I feel like I've gained this beautiful sense of grace with how I not only deal with myself, with how I deal with others. there's this softness that I'm leaning into now. And there used to be this sense of anxiety over the fact that I felt like I could not control the outcome of how things turn out for me, the outcome of how people's feelings towards me, the outcome of how this is going to play out or how this is going to look. And now I'm just surrendering to it all. And there's this sense of relief because I don't know how this is going to look, but I know I'm going into it from a pure place. I know that I'm leaning into this with the sense of like, God, I don't have the answers to this, but I know you do. And that's what I'm relying on. That's what I'm leaning on. That's where I'm resting in. I'm resting in the fact that I know I don't have it all together, but I know you do. And I know that as long as I trust in your purpose, as long as I know that I trust in where it is that you want to take me, I'm cool. I'm okay. I am okay with that. So I just want to say that it is okay to not be sure of something in your life. It's okay to be in a season of trying to figure it out. It's okay that right now you may be with heavy heart and heavy spirit. It's okay. You are a human being having a human ass experience. Everybody has their season. This might just be yours. But what I have learned and what God has showed me is that just because this is your season now doesn't mean it's going to be your season forever. So really allow yourself to come undone. And then once you come undone, start to take those necessary steps to doing that work. If you can, get into some therapy. I encourage everyone to get therapy. That was one of the where the pivot really the pivot started in January, but it came around full circle in July when I started journaling and when I started therapy. Get into some journaling entries, get into some journal prompts. Start having these inner conversations with yourself and allow yourself to freely just come undone on those pages. Get outside, get some fresh air. Let the sun shine on your face. If you have a group of people or you have a person who doesn't mind letting you just come undone without judgment or, feeling allow those people to come in and support you and uplift you and hold you up. Really find things that open your heart, and get into those and start there, and then kind of transition and just see where that first step of healing, what it leads you to. It all starts with one step. So take that first step. Do not feel like you're the only one going through what you're going through, because you are not. And I hope that you find a sense of relief in knowing that you're not the only one that's going through this. So there are other people that may be going through there is more ways to look for help. I truly believe in getting into some podcasts. There are so many beautiful podcasts that I listen to. So many beautiful podcasts. I'm also following, I need to update my subscription with her. Her name is Amani. She goes by the Hood Healer on Instagram. If you're not following her, she is like a big cousin. She's like a big, her lives, her OnlyFans, it feels like family conversations. She's gonna be on your ass, but it feels like love and it feels like accountability. I love her. It's so many, and I'll make sure that I find the links to them, find some things that I can post on my Instagram if you follow me up there. But yeah, I feel like the more you pour into yourself, the better life starts to become for you. And that's just what I'm being more aware of, that I'm really just in a space of pouring into myself so that I'm able to pour into others better, so that I'm able to enjoy life a little bit better, so that the intentions that I pour, I'm pouring into everything that I do, you can feel it, and I'm not exhausted after I do it. Okay? But yeah, if you have been on your healing journey and you have transitioned past some things in your life, past some obstacles, please leave some advice to someone who may need it. Put it below in the comments, because you don't know who this could touch, who this message could be for. So make sure you leave a comment. If there's something that you need help with, or you need some advice on, leave a comment, because you don't know who could see it and who could pour into you. I feel like this space that I am in my YouTube, I want this to be a safe space to come undone. I want this to be a safe space to feel like you can just be. And that I hope in the process of that, there's this healing that comes with it. Because I don't think y'all know how much this is healing and therapeutic for me. So yeah, guys, leave a comment. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share. And I will see you in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.